Hi. I am finally back. It's so. My name is Kat. My channel name is Kat These Stitches. And today is August 27th. It's a Saturday. So I last filmed before my birthday, which was in July. So I think I filmed, I want to say it was mid-June, in preparation for July. It's pretty much September, so this is pumpkin spice. Which I'm not one of those people, but I will have a cup occasionally. Anyways, so I guess, so I typically film on Saturdays, but I'm a very awkward person. So if my boyfriend is home on Saturdays, which he was all of August up until this Saturday, I just feel really weird filming in front of people. It's awkward enough trying to talk to this camera and to try to look at that little hole right there instead of staring at myself. But so I just have this feeling that like if he was home, he would just like come behind and just make faces and noises. So in an effort to not make it even more awkward than it already is for me, I decided to just postpone and do a video when I had the day to myself. So I have these lavish plans on getting a bunch of stuff done for, my birthday month. For the most part, I started almost everything. One of them I didn't start because I had bought the magic guide, whatever it is. I bought the fabric, I don't know, maybe over 6 months ago, and I misplaced it. And I really didn't feel like starting another piece of fabric when I specifically bought that fabric for the specific size of the project, so I postponed. I did recently find it, but I did not start it. Well, I guess let's do a fairly quick life update because this is gonna go into my future plans. I've recently decided that I want to go back to school. That entails studying for it's a TEAS test. It's like an entrance exam that's being used, that schools, colleges are, used to rate your general knowledge. Right now I am an LPN, which is a licensed practical nurse. I do want to go back to school for my RN. I've been postponing it because I live in Connecticut, but I got my LPN license in New York, and I was working in New York. And I worked in New York for 4 years. I was spending so much time in the car, and I kept justifying it. And it finally got to a point where one of my coworkers, who also happens to live in Connecticut, was like, hey, there's a position open in Connecticut. You want to hop on that? So then I started the process of getting my license in Connecticut. So now I have my license in 2 states. I interviewed and got the position. So now I'm working in Connecticut. My commute went from about an hour and a half one way to 30 minutes in the morning and like 45-ish to an hour in the afternoon, but that's because it's rush hour traffic. So I am no longer waking up at 5:15 in the morning. I'm rolling out of bed at like 6:45. And I'm also getting home earlier, which is nice. And I have hour lunches, so I stitch during my lunch break. Overall, it's honestly been enjoyable. So But that being said, with going back to school, my time is going to be mostly divided between work, sleeping and eating and general house stuff, and studying. So I'm going to have to work out a system. I'm going to have maybe plan it into my life where, you know, I will either, I want to find time to still stitch. Stitching gives me so much joy. Stitching relaxes me. Stitching is a great tactical thing for me, just based off of some of my lovely diagnoses. It is a very lovely tactical thing that helps me, without saying too much. So I'm definitely going to have to find time to stitch. It's just not going to be the same kind of time, which is a bummer. But, you know, this is all for the greater good. I'll, you know, have a job, making a little more moolah, spending a little more money on some, you know, projects that I'm interested in, but I'm not quite sure I want to spend the money on. So, like, fancy ladies, but not memorabilia or stuff like that, but the, I think it's on the site Make It Pink, I think is where, yeah. So, like Sailor Moon is on there, Sally's on there. Those are the fancy ladies that I would love in my life. But they involve, you know, buying a really nice piece of fabric, beads, which I've never done. So these are all, my life goals are to have more money so I can spend it more on stitching. Don't tell my boyfriend. He would not like that. Anyways, so that aside, what did I do? I started 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 projects in July, which 7th month, I guess that's cool. So I guess I'll just show you my progress on things. So, I had goals, and then I realized they're very lofty goals for the amount of time that I am going to be able to spend on these going forward. So I'm going to have to modify that. So the first one I have here is Princess Asleep by charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. The artist is Yvonne Gilbert. So that's it, Yvonne Gilbert. I love this piece. Right now it's at 2,960 stitches. There is a total stitch count of 161,550. That means that right now this piece, with literally almost 3,000 stitches in it, is sitting at 1.8% complete. This is 1/1 full cross. Let's see if I can get that closer. Okay, so this is 1/1 full cross. It is the teeniest, tiniest little stitches. They're super cute, but it is like super tedious. This is my first project that I started of Heaven and Earth, and I was like, yeah, let's do 1/1. That's what everyone else is doing. You want to see the back? That's my back. I'm not ashamed. Listen, nobody's gonna see that. It is very tedious. I love it though. It's so pretty. It's so cute. But this is gonna be a very long-term project. I know that. It's just fine. It's fine. So there's that one. Next one I have is Sleeping with Butterflies. It is by, oh my god, am I having a brain fart? I love her. Oh my god, I'm having a brain fart. I love her work. Why am I forgetting? And I have 2 pieces that I have on the go right now. Oh my god. Where is my brain today? Margaret Morales. It was like right on the tip of my tongue. Oh, okay. This one is on a hoop, but it's covering up some of my progress, so it's coming off the hoop, at least for now. Next time I stitch on it, I'll fix it. So this one has, hold on, if I double up the fabric a bit, it won't be so see-through, and then you'll be able to actually see my progress. Technical difficulties. Da-da-da. Okay. So this is my progress so far. She has 6,191 stitches. There are a total of 81,575 stitches because this is a mini. So she sits at 7.6%. Right here, this part right here, is the top of her head, and her eye is right here. It's nice and close and cute. So I realized that if I want to reach any of the other goals I have set for some of my other haids, then I'm gonna have to put a pause on this. Right now she stitched, sorry, I'm all over the place. She stitched on 18 count 2/1 full cross. But as I was saying, if I want to reach any other goals, she's just gonna have to not get stitched for the rest of the year, which is kind of a bummer because I'm like right at her head. And this is where it comes to, at one point I had very lofty goals. So for all of the pieces that I started, so I had already started these 2 that I first showed. So for all of the pieces that I'm going to show from Heaven and Earth, I was like, oh yeah, I'll just I'll get to 5%. Bitch, who do you think you are? Shit. So then I was like, all right, I'll get to 3%. For some of those, okay, so Heaven and Earth gives you the breakdown, you know, floss usage and, you know, total stitch count. But why did I not put that together? Bitch is crazy. I got a little overzealous because they released a new piece from Margaret Morales, and so I bought it. Not thinking. I didn't read. I didn't look at it. Nothing. Just saw the picture, and I was like, "That shit's dope. I need it." Mind you, I have so many others of hers in mini, just like the one I already started, and that's really the route I should have gone. I have so many other things I could be stitching that I could have waited for this to come out in mini. Why did I think that I was capable? I don't know. Because this next one, it is called Garden of May. I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. Garden of May by Margaret Morales. Look at her though. And if you look inside the flowers, there's animals and they're so cute, and it's just so pretty. So I was like, oh yeah, totally. You know, if a mini is like 81,000, what is this gonna be, like 150? So Garden of May, I have done 277 stitches, which it doesn't even look like that, but I have done 277 stitches. It has a total stitch count of 286,200 stitches. So I decided, right, for like my birthday week, I was like, oh, you know, I'm gonna try to start as many of them as I can. So that weekend, I was like, fuck it. Every piece that I have a piece of fabric for is just, it's gonna get 50 stitches. 50 to 100 stitches. Let's just get them all started, because then what are you gonna do? You have to go. You have to keep moving. Which, yes, that's how my brain works, and now it's gonna work. I'll figure it out somehow in my lifetime. But I did like 100 stitches, and I was like, this bitch isn't even at 0.1%. And then that was honestly like so unmotivating, because I was like, I did that many stitches on some of these minis and there's at least 8%. There was not a percent when I did that. So I picked it up another day, because what happened is that I realized that, so I bought a bunch of floss for these projects. And I was just buying floss off the list, right? I wasn't really paying attention. And what I should have done is gone to the first page of all of these and looked for where these colors were being used, but that was going to be too tedious. And at the time I was like, no, it'll work. So I was missing, so I didn't have this purple, I didn't have this lighter one, I only had the dark blue. So I was like, well, where the hell am I going to go with this? Nowhere. That's where I'm going to fucking go. So I went back and I bought like a couple more from each, from the first page, from the first like 1,000 or so stitches. I looked for what colors were in each one and I bought those. So that's where I'm going to work on, is just focusing on that. And as time goes on, I mean, these are Hates. So this is a watercolor piece. It's not like it's going to matter if there's a difference in dye lot, but there really shouldn't be. I'm saying that knowing that I'm going to like fuck myself over. All right, you're just going on there. Anyways, so I also, here we go. Next one I have is called Autumn Leaves, and I don't know if I think I cropped it so I couldn't see the name. I'm gonna butcher her name, but I'm gonna go into it now. My cat's trying to get in the room. So this is by, oh, fine, shut down on me, why don't you? This is called Autumn Leaves, and I'm gonna butcher her first name, but it is, maybe I won't, Uliana Babenko. But I love fall, and just look at, she's like kicking leaves around. It's just so cute. Yeah, I immediately was like drawn, and I was asking on the Heaven and Earth group if anyone had done her patterns, because I was really interested, but she had like minis and regulars, and I didn't know if I should go mini or regular. So but there wasn't really anyone in the group other than one person, but she's doing a different one. And so I was like, you know what, fuck it. Their Heaven and Earth had a little sale. They were half, I don't think they were half off. I think I got this when it was like a 30% off. Either way, it's not like their patterns are expensive in the grand scheme of things for the amount of time you spend on them. So this is Autumn Leaves. I have a lot of waist thread on here and a couple of prick threads. So that's where we're sitting right now. Like, I wish, so there's a couple different oranges and reds on here. I feel like you can't tell right now because there's such a starkness with the black. But Autumn Leaves is sitting at 1,391 stitches. There is a total of 78,975 stitches, which means right now this piece is at 1.8%. Because there's nice big blocks of color, at least right there, it is doable. And if I just decided to just run with the 310 and get that done, I'd be way further along. But I'm kind of afraid to run with the 310 and then it be seen where the lighter colors are. So I haven't fully decided. But if there's like big blocks of 310, I think I'm just gonna do that. But I'm not gonna like travel with the 310. But so that one is at 1.8%. My goal for that is I would like to get it to 3%. But these goals, these are modified goals, but these were also modified goals before I decided to go back to school. So we'll see. But that one I feel like I could, if I really wanted to, I could get through some of it. Next one is here. So then I heard through the Heaven and Earth group that Dakota Detweiler was retiring her work from Heaven and Earth. She is now with Charting Creations, but there aren't, I mean, she's working up on there. But so I had been eyeing this and I kept just leaving it in my wish list. But when I found out she was retiring, I bought 2. So I started 2. One of these is mini canopy heart. Can you see that? Yeah. It has 11 colors. That's it. 11 colors. It is beautiful. It is so relaxing. So this one, oh my god, I have so many park threads. I think that's the best way I'm going to be able to show it. So that's where we are right now. So we are sitting at 1,969 stitches. There is a total of 84,500 stitches, which means that right now this piece is sitting at 2.3%. So I have a goal of reaching 3%. This is a very doable goal, just based on the fact that there aren't many color changes. If I decided, so I'm in the Royal Rose Facebook group. People do so well. So I've started. So like this first bit was Royal Rose, and then I brought it down and I brought it down. But it's so hard, like, for my brain to see those threads there and not want to finish them. So like there are parts like here where I've gone off the deep end and just done them. And I'm trying really hard to like stick to it. But it's really hard to like make my brain just be like, yeah, totally. Let's just do it that way. I know. Terrible. This next one is really sad. You know what? I'll show the other Dakota Dweller first and just save the super sadness for the last one. So the other piece that I bought from Dakota was a mini What Lies Beneath. So when I first brought this home, I only had the two colors that are in here. I had none of the blue. So I went to the store and I bought blue so I could start working on that. But so this one, because I picked it back up after I bought the extra colors, it now has 396 stitches. Woo! That is, the total stitch count on this is 80,600 stitches. I am at 0.5%. My goal for this is 1%, which again, I think is not that crazy. I think that's attainable. Because once you get going, especially in these parts, like once I get to the heavy, oh, let me show what it looks like. Once I get to the heavy portions of this, it's going to be crazy as fuck. But up on top, like this part here, that's, you know, I mean, there's bigger chunks. So getting to those goals is going to be easier than getting to a percent goal down here. So thankfully I started in the top left. Ooh, good for me. And then the last Heaven and Earth that I started for my birthday is an Amy Stewart, because I've been eyeing this, but my life, even without children, just with work and just wanting to live my life and have other things to do, I can't handle regular or supersize. Kudos to you guys, because holy shit. That is not me. So I am doing, look at this tiny little piece of fabric. I am doing Mini Museum Shelf by Amy Stewart. That's what it looks like right now. Isn't it wonderful? I have 241 stitches in, bringing, total stitch count was 75,400. That brings me to 0.3%. So my goal is I would like to get that to 0.5. Now the reason why that might still not be completely attainable unless I just stick to if I stick to the border, yeah, no problem. But there's so many color changes even in the mini, because you see all of those pieces, that if I don't stick to the border, I'm not hitting that goal. There's so much shit that I have, that I want to get done, that I want to get done, that would be the only way for me to hit that goal. And it would probably be a little boring, but it is what it is. If I really want to be able to hit that, that's what I gotta do. So then, I love Barbara Anna designs. I've been drooling over them for forever. So I finally just decided to bite the bullet. So that's just a little box so that my markup wouldn't try to make a grid here. But this is Dreaming Frida by Barbara Anna. You can get it at Creative Poppy. But let me just bring it in closer because I have no progress on this really. But I have a thing for Frida Kahlo. I love her. I love her work. I painted a self-portrait of myself based on one of her self-portraits. I adore that woman. So Barbara Ann has so many Frida patterns. But she also has that Dreaming series. So this kind of brings both together. Where I get Frida, but I also get the Dreaming Girl series. So I have done 355 stitches on this project. It is at 8.7%. My lovely loose thread. But so far, it's very, I feel like in person, you almost don't notice it, but it's so, that color change is obvious and it's very nice. So maybe I just need to like step back and really look at it. But it's going to be beautiful. It really is. I'm very excited. But the other piece that I got, also combines the Dreaming Girls and my love of fine art. So I also picked up Dreaming of Klimt, Gustav Klimt. I am doing another piece that I showed in another video where I dyed some orange fabric, which in hindsight is a little too orange. But I've committed, so I'm just going to keep going on it eventually. But so I decided, I guess I will take this out of the hoop for now and I'll just put it back on the hoop when I'm ready. I took both the Frida and the Klimt to work, and I was like, I'll just work on these at work. You know, maybe I'll give one a day, one another day, which I was doing right at the beginning. But then I was like, I really want to enter something into my state fair. Not my state fair, my local. It's a county fair that we like to go to every year. And so this is my work project. She is sitting at 93.5% right now. All that's missing, I have a couple stitches in these that I have to do, and then all of this is gold, satin gold DMC, and I have a couple triangles there. But you see the gold? It's like right there. And her neck. I love her. She is just like Barbara. It's a little it's a little smush, so it's like warping it. But I'm gonna wash it, iron it, frame it, and I'm entering this. But Barbara Anna just has a way of really capturing something. And so this is on 14 count. It is from Zweigart. It is, I think it was called Taupe. But she just came out with Dreaming Girl, like the Dreaming of Van Gogh. That one's really pretty too. So I'm gonna finish this. So I'm gonna go see my mom for her birthday this weekend, and I have like 2 more birthdays as well this weekend. So I don't think I'm gonna actually get to stitch on this, which is a real bummer because I could finish it. Because I'm coming down to the wire. I need to put in my application for the entry of this, probably in like 2 weeks, and then like 3-4 weeks from that is when the actual fair is. So I really need to finish this. So I think I'm just going to take it anyways and just go sit, have like coffee or tea, and like hang out with my mom. But I love her. She's almost done, and just so enjoyable. Like she really captures just this whimsical. I love it. Anyways, so those are the projects that I've been working on. I had made myself a goal to try to finish the back stitching on my Bob's Burgers, but God, it's so boring. I'll pull it out, and then I don't do it, and I want to finish it. I really do, because it really adds something to it. I just need to get off my ass and do it. But, you know, oh, and I made this project bag for my Frida. It's Coco. And then the inside is like the little paper banners that they have. I'm all over the place. But, like, I'm stressing out because I know that my foreseeable future is going to be really busy. And I don't want to give up my hobby. So I'm gonna have to work it out. I'm gonna have to plan my life, and maybe as a reward, if I do all my studying and I am able to master some things and I'm caught up, then I'll allow myself like an hour or two. But I feel like it's gonna end up being like an hour or two a weekend instead of the 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes I get to do something at lunch, which I'm really just gonna have to switch that to studying while eating. It sucks. Wanting to better yourself sucks. But you gotta do what you gotta do. Anyone else here going to school while working full time and still finds time to stitch? If you can give me some pointers, that'd be great. Because I'm not willing to give this up entirely. But for now, because I'm just studying for my T's and I'm not actually in school yet, I will still have time to stitch. So there will still be updates, and mostly for me. I know this is for me. It's okay. But it'll motivate me to know what I enjoy working on and what I have to look forward to for my hobby for when I have downtime. Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah. Life is hard. Being an adult is hard. I know that people tell us that when we're young, and I feel like we just brush it off. But like, I was grocery shopping yesterday, and I was like, this shit sucks. Especially with the fact that everything's gotten so much more expensive. And I'm like, do I want the convenience? And girl, I'm American at heart, you know? So like, it was $3.50 a pound. I'm about to go on a rant. $3.50 a pound for chicken breast. And it was $1.29 for bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs. And I was like, I stood there for 10 minutes, literally hemming and hawing. And my boyfriend was like, we're getting the chicken breast. And I still thought about it the entire trip as we were still going around Costco. Because I just kept telling myself, if I just put in the effort and deboned it and took the skin off, then we could be saving like tons of money. Being an adult sucks. Paying your bills sucks. Okay? Summers of 90, 100-degree weather suck because you know what it does? It increases your electric bill. That hurts. Oh well. Okay. Rant over. I will keep the rest in my brain. But plans. Finishing Barbara Anna. Point blank period. If I can, they have some little kids at the house right now, so I feel like they're gonna really interfere with my ability to work on this. But I really need this done. I need it done because I want to enter it. So that has to happen. And then, I mean, Can It Be Hard? I think is going to be my focus, because that I can definitely get to 3%, no problem. And Museum Shelf by Amy Stewart, I can get to 0.5. We'll see. We'll see what happens. This is definitely getting done. Those are tentative, but why not? I don't see why, if I just gave it a little time, one of these weekends, before things really hit the fan, I can't get those 2 goals done. And then we'll go from there. At the end of the day, this is a hobby. I'm about the process, not the product, except for this one, because I want it. Except for her, because she's going in to the but I'm not going to stress out about having something done. That's not the point of this. Eventually in my life, I want these hung up in my house. Yes. But I don't need that to be tomorrow. I don't need that to be this year. I just need it to be sometime in my lifetime so I can visually enjoy them. Other than that, I'm not stressing. It is what it is. So with that said, I do have plans to start 2 projects. They're not like this. But me and my boyfriend first started dating. I was like, you know, like that cute little girl who was like, no, I really like this guy. I'm gonna make him something. Never ended up doing it. So I bought these. Hold on, who's it by? It's Dolly Mop Dandies. So that's her. I bought these a couple years ago, so I don't honestly know if she's still on Etsy. But it's Cusco. It's from Emperor's New Groove. That's his favorite movie. Also, you know, one I like. And from the same person, if I would have just clicked on the other one, it has her copyright.
Someone is at the front door.
Dolly Mop Dandies. Pull the lever, Crunk. Wrong lever. So those aren't that hard. I let him pick out the fabric. So those I could get done. At least by the end of the year. Like, because I haven't made him anything in a while. I've been focusing on other people, and I realized I really should focus on me and focus on him. If I'm, but I still have. I promised something just to a now, well, soon to be 7-year-old, and she keeps calling me out on it because you know, kids, no filter. They'll just tell you. I went to her house, and she was like, "What are you working on?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm working on." I don't even remember what I brought that day. She goes, "Why is it every time you come here you have a different project?" And I was like, "Because I do." She goes, "Oh, so you finished the other ones?" No, I didn't. "Oh, so you started mine?" No, but I'm going to. Yeah, it's a simple project. If I just sit down, it's a mercat. So it's top part is this calico cat, and the bottom part is a mermaid tail. So I could do that one, but I'm gonna focus on this first. But I know I have to get that done by Christmas because she's gonna be on my ass until I do it. and her birthday is on Sunday, or celebrating on Sunday. And I'm not getting it done. That's tomorrow. Sorry. But I could tell her I started it. Is that messed up? I don't know. Whatever. Okay. I'm going to stop. Because I'm just going to keep talking for no reason. Because that's what I do. I fill time. I fill space. Shut up, cat. I'm not going to edit this. It's just going up as is. Yep. All right. All right. That's it. I keep staring at myself instead of the camera. We're good. We're Gucci. Do kids still say that? All right. Before my brain melts, I'm going to go. You guys have a great day. If you have any tips for still having a life or finding a way to plan my life around still having stitching time, maybe set it up as like a reward. I don't know. Give me ideas. All right. Bye.